Have you been a victim to toxic positivity? I think we all have, right?
I think I've given out some toxic positivity.
Today we talk a little bit about actually the dark sides of good vibes. So we were talking about toxic positivity a little bit this week. So
your patient mentioned it.
Yeah, she actually requested us to do this talk, and it's an amazing topic. So toxic positivity is pretty much the belief that no matter how difficult a situation is, people always have to maintain this positive mindset. It's this whole, good vibes only approach to life. And this can actually cause a lot of harm than good. I've read this book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. And he says something like, the avoidance of struggle is a struggle, the denial of failure is a failure, and hiding what is shameful is actually a form of shame in itself.
Whatever you resist persists.
Yeah, exactly. So, ignoring how we feel can ultimately cause more harm than we're even intending it to. So it can lead to self-judgment, guilt, shame, and these feelings that actually become more of like a residual, beyond just a feeling. It can lead to habits, and
they go very deep.
And this is definitely so much more harmful than just understanding how you're feeling in the moment. So I think most of, if you've been following us, you know that we're probably eternal optimists, and we love spreading positive energy. And this is a really good, valuable insight for both of us.
Yeah, really valuable. I for sure have always considered myself kind of an eternal optimist, and this is super interesting to see kind of the balance, the yin and the yang of every kind of energy that's out there. And just knowing, first of all, when you're approaching somebody, what are they trying to give you? What are they trying to show? Are they asking to be heard, or are they asking for your opinion? And I think as optimists, sometimes we just assume that it's our duty to spread joy and light and rainbows and butterflies, but a lot of times people just want to be heard. And I had a personal experience with this morning with my mom, who just was venting and wanted to just be heard. And because I saw somebody who I love suffering, I reacted to give some kind of a relief to that. But really the only relief that was happening was me getting off my chest what I wanted to. And for my mom in that situation, it was something that she just wasn't asking to hear and wasn't ready for. And it caused some friction. And sorry, Mom.
We love you.
But I think the insight is super valuable, that we really need to have the understanding of what our reactive mindset sometimes can create, even if it's coming from a positive place.
Yeah, it's just honoring the individual's what their journey and
totally. And we follow Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot, and I'm always listening carefully into what he's saying. And he actually described this, and he does a lot of brain imaging, a lot of scientific studies based around meditation. And he found people during his brain imaging studies that were trying really hard to think their way into a positive mindset. And what was happening on the brain imaging was that they're creating a state of incoherence in their brain. Their brain waves were not smooth and coherent. They're very,
disconnected.
Disconnected. Mm-hmm. And so he asked them, what are you doing? And all of them were saying that I was trying so hard to think of something positive, to uplift my energy. And they weren't being mindful of their emotional state at that moment. And they were literally creating, in a sense, damage to their brain, or making their brain worse. And so how that manifests really is guilt and shame. Why can't I get to those, that positive energetic state? And, that's so valuable for us to know, because as optimists, or as people trying to spread good, energy, that's the opposite of what we want to do for people. But, it's very possible if somebody is in a emotional state and they are asked or forced to start thinking in a different way,
And they don't feel it.
and they don't feel it, they will produce they will manifest brain incoherence, and they will manifest shame and guilt. So, you know,
Which is actually like the opposite of what obviously anyone is trying to.
total
yeah.
opposite. And, you know, I think it's all like in balance again, where, you know, we don't, we're obviously as optimists or people trying to spread positivity, we don't condone that you know, be around people with low vibrational energy who are always just spreading kind of like a negative vibe, and you want to sort of just wait until they're okay for you to say something. That's not the message here. You know, we need to just be mindful of either there's a time to listen, there's a time to act, or, you know, well, there's a time to listen and time to act, but there's never a time to react. And that's kind of the bottom line for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really great message, and we can all keep learning from it. And so, you know, take a look and see maybe where you might be spreading some toxic positivity, and just fill it with love. And, you know, honestly, when it comes from a place of love, and that's all that matters, you know. So just give your love to the person, and just listen and let them be heard, and just give them a big hug or a virtual hug, whatever. So, all right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.